Today I have Mike Roback with us, and he has opened a new establishment in Tryon, North Carolina, called the Livery Pourhouse, and that is spelled Pourhouse, as opposed to a poorhouse where my parents used to always say we were going. So Mike, just exactly what is a poorhouse?
Well, a pourhouse basically is a place that you come to pour your own beer. It's considered a self-pour establishment. So what's different is you don't have a bartender, you actually function as your own bartender. So we give you an electronic card, you set up a tab when you come in, and you come in and look at your selections, and you get to pour your own beer or wine. So we have 30 selections, 10 wine, 20 beers.
And you can pour as little or as much as you want.
That's one of the benefits of the system. You could sample what you want before you pour a full glass so you don't waste it. You could try different things that you may not try otherwise. And a lot of people are surprised, for example. They say, I'm a wine drinker, not a beer drinker. But then they taste some beers, they like it, and vice versa. So yeah, it's a good option and a good opportunity to try, different things.
How do you choose all of your selections?
Basically, we look around, we do some research on what's popular, both in terms of beers and wines. And then we also look at what's seasonally appropriate. Some wines, are better sold during the fall versus the winter, same thing with beer. And as, of course, we're rolling towards October, so Oktoberfest beers, darker beers, Guinness, things like that are actually more favored towards the fall. So a lot of it's dictated by the season, but also by looking at what people like, what the trends are, and what the data says people are drinking in Western North Carolina.
And so each one is priced separately depending on import or whatever.
Yes.
So
there's a lot of things that affect price, but of course it begins with what the keg cost is coming from the distributor. But imported are a little more expensive. Some of the wines that are more kind of California wines are medium priced, and basically it depends on, to some extent, the quality of the wine. So our wines, for example, we range from $7 to $12 for a 5-ounce pour. And again, different qualities of wine, different grapes, different type of things affect that price.
And generally speaking, you're not going to find many restaurants with this kind of selection. Usually they have like 6 taps if you're lucky.
Yeah, I think places have bottled beer too. There's a big difference. People may argue that point, but there's a big difference between draft beer and bottled beer or canned beer. We think there's a better flavor profile when you have tapped beer. We think it's more fun, more interactive, than just asking for a bottle from a bartender. So I just think that in general, it's a better solution for people who really enjoy trying different things and want to experience wine or beer differently than they used to at a bar.
It is fun. That's what I've done here. I choose one, take 2 ounces, try another one for 1 or 2 ounces, come back to the other one for 4 ounces.
Yep. And we see that with a lot of people actually. On the receipts, when people check out, you can see that people a lot of times will try somewhere between 3 and even 6 different selections off the wall. So it's actually something that people are getting used to and I think enjoying.
And it's really cool because you come in, you go to the front desk, whatever you call that check-in place, swipe your credit card, pick up a card here, and then you come and you tap it. At each one of these, I guess there's 10 different stations, each with 3 pours.
Yes.
It tracks everything, and you can pour as little as you want. You can see how much you pour too, so you know what kind of tab you're
Yes, we try to be very transparent on that. As you can see behind me, the prices are not only on each of the TVs per ounce, but also, like you said, once you tap your card, you basically see as you pour how much you're pouring and what that price is. And it's also cumulative. So you pour your first glass, you go sit down, you come back, you pour again. It's showing you your price as it's growing as you sample new beers or wines.
Yeah, no sticker shock here. You know
No.
what you're getting.
Right.
So you also have food.
Yes.
So tell us about kind of your specialties.
Well, we have, we're not a restaurant. We always like to tell people that up front, but we did want to have some kind of food for people to enjoy while they're here. So we have an assortment of flatbreads. We have margarita flatbreads, Mediterranean. We have pepperoni, we have regular cheese. So I'm missing a few there, but we keep looking at new ones we might add here or there. We also wanted to be a little ethnic, if you will. So we like pierogies. We're Czechoslovakian, Polish, so we have pierogies that we serve, and we also have kibasi on a roll.
I've
and
had
then
that.
Yep. Then we
It's
add.
good.
We also have German and Irish banger sausage as well. So those are the main things. Then we got some things to snack on, like mozzarella sticks, Gouda mac and cheese bites,
Pretzel.
and pretzel, of course, which is I think a good favorite for a lot of people that come in with the beer cheese, of course.
So of all the food dishes, and again, you're not a restaurant, you say that, but what's been like the most popular that you think?
The two that we see, the data shows that both the flatbreads are real popular, the pretzels would be second, and then the sausages and pierogies come in pretty equal behind that.
Cool. Yeah. I need to try more than, I just kind of get stuck on one thing. Got to expand my horizons here. So how did you decide to do this? I mean, you know, you worked in executive business for your career. You've been living in Tryon area for a while. You've had this in the back of your mind for a while, or what?
Well, I think for me, it was, I always wanted to get a older building and renovate it. I really don't know why. I just always wanted to do that.
And I can just tell people, this building was 1952, because just read the date out there.
Yeah.
And this was the home of my dentist.
Yes.
So they moved down the street a little bit.
Right.
And this doesn't look anything like the dentist office.
Right, we tore all that stuff out. But yeah, it was a great building. We saw that structurally it was sound. But we also knew it needed a lot of love inside. So my wife and I purchased it when we found it back in 2020. And then my son, of course, being my main helper, basically helped me first gut the building and then start to redo it with the help of some contractors. So that's how we started.
It's beautiful in here, and people will see photos as you've been talking. But you kind of describe the atmosphere as, what would you say, livery? Explain that.
Well, the idea, the word livery was on the back of the building when we bought it. And there's also a facade of a barn door back there, if you took a picture of that.
I did.
And of course, that's what attracted my wife. So she had to sign off. So
She is an equestrian, right?
Yes, yes. So she saw that, she loved it, and then we thought we would incorporate livery into the name. Livery is an old carriage house, you know. And actually, there were liveries here in Tryon. Horses would be brought up
train
right
station,
here.
the old train station is right there.
Exactly right. And that's where the horses would be brought and then offloaded and taken to local liveries until they could be moved more further into the mountains by whoever wanted to purchase them. So that name stuck, to make a long story short. So livery was born on the name, and then Pourhouse is pretty self-explanatory. So we thought, Livery Pourhouse.
I'm assuming you had been in a couple of poorhouses before you started this one?
You always have to sample.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to go test. My son introduced me to them actually back in Greenville.
So, again, this is kind of like a horse atmosphere, equestrian atmosphere. Looks very rustic and handsome, and if you like horses, you'll love it. And there's also a downstairs.
Yes.
What's downstairs?
Downstairs is just additional seating at the moment. We talked about if the self-pour concept takes off down the road, we may consider doing mixed drinks through the taps.
Really?
So we could do more of a mobile model down there, and that way we have two different things upstairs and downstairs. But right now it's just extra seating until we get along here and see how this is going to go.
And what's cool in here, there's one long table in the center, and it reminds me of the beer houses I've been in Munich. Some have these big community type tables. That was your plan?
Yeah, actually, we wanted to have kind of a community table, so hopefully that draws people's eye when they come in. The idea being, you know, sit down, socialize, you know, talk to each other.
Oh yeah, I've been here with people I didn't even know.
Yeah.
You know, at the other end, and we start talking with them.
It encourages communication, we think, you know, and then for those folks who want to, you know, sit alone, of course, we have a couple chairs here, tables, other places, and they could also go downstairs. For, you know, some of the families use downstairs because we made it family friendly as well. We got high chairs and we got changing table in that bathroom downstairs. So
and you have a couple small outside places.
we do.
as
We
well.
actually have our massive porch out here, which is about what, 6.5 square feet. But
Two
you got
people only, it
two
says.
people, yes. And then we have the deck outside, so that could accommodate 10, 12 people.
And so you mentioned your son Jacob. This is a family affair.
Yes, a couple things. My son, of course, has been my kind of right hand with the whole thing, Jacob. My daughter, Jamie, has been instrumental in, first of all, organizing things. She keeps us all organized, but she also
She's a teacher.
works
See, that's
check-in.
how
She's a teacher in
knows
Polk
that
County. And that worked well. She's very good with people. And my wife, of course, helps out behind the scenes a lot with, you know, every day you're running for something here. You know, you have to have fresh, you know, basil and fresh, everything, tomatoes, you name it. So she's running behind the scenes, getting things for us, making sure that we are all stocked up.
And you got
telling
John, who helps people at the
Yeah,
when you
John's
don't know
been
what to
great.
do.
John's kind of our jack of all trades guy. So he's cross-trained to do just about anything here. So he's been very helpful, great asset to us. So yeah, it's part of our extended family at this point.
What else would you like our viewers to know?
Basically that we're kind of a quiet venue, you know, there's no need to feel like you have to come in, there's not going to be loud music and, you know, any kind of major disruptions. If you want to just relax, chill out, maybe meet some people, come in and then try some new beers or wines that maybe you haven't tried before. This is a great place for that. And the town, as you know, is very quaint. So we also tell people that even if they're going to the movies or going to the Tryon Fine Arts Center, come stop up, you know, see us before you go or after you finish. You know, it could be a place to just check us out, but also a great location to just come and spend the evening.
In the times I've been here, there seem to be a lot of people from out of town finding this place.
It's interesting because, well, Tryon's, I think, a tourist town. I don't think I'd be wrong in saying that, but
Correct.
you do see a lot of people. A lot of our business has been people from out of town. So, yeah, it's been really interesting. And I think some of that is because of the equestrian center influence. But we do see quite a few out-of-towners. That's probably the majority of the people that come in so far. It's maybe 60–70% are people from out of town.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, works well.
It's a small town.
Yeah.
The more people, the better.
Yes.
Well, Mike, thanks so much. We wish you luck.
Thank
I'm ready
you.
to have a beer.
All right. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.